Welcome back to another video, guys. So today I just rolled up to Homedale Park, and today is my final long run. Only 10 miles, but it is the last long run until next Saturday. I'll be in North Carolina, and it's time to run my first 100 mile at the Beast of the East 100. So I'm just gonna go over in this video what I've been doing the last 2 weeks to really prep for this race. Everything from my peak week to getting my crew ready and packing and all the gear and clothes and food I'm gonna bring to this race. So I'm gonna take you guys on my last 10-mile run, go over a few things, give you guys some insight on how to get ready and how I'm getting ready for my first 100-mile race, something I'm very inexperienced in. But yeah, so let's get this run started. I'll talk to you guys in a second. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to go over is the mileage that I put in over the last 6 months for this race. Now, keep in mind that before I started training for this race, I think my highest mileage week was like 50. Like, I never hit 50 before. I think I hit 50 sometime last year. I think it was for the 444 challenge. In this training, my average weekly run mileage was around 50 to 55 miles per week, and my highest being 72. So, you know, when you're training for a 100-mile race, first of all, you do not need to run 100-mile weeks. It wouldn't make sense for me to just like keep adding on the mileage every week, you know, until I got 100 miles over the last 6 months, because that's how you get injured or something happens. As you can see, even slowly building up to 70 miles, I still got injured. It's a very gradual thing, and you just have to believe in yourself that, like, okay, although I'm not putting in all these miles, I don't know what 100 miles is like. Shit, I barely know what 50 miles is like in one day. But you just gotta believe in your training, strength training, which is huge. Like, squatting and then running on tired legs is a good simulation into how your legs are gonna feel when you're running a long endurance race. So averaging around 50 to 50 miles per week with the peak week of 72, and that's how I've been building up for this race. So the most important thing and what I feel was most effective in these training blocks was my back-to-back long runs. And I think that's better training than just doing like 10 miles every day for 6 days, you know, or 7 days. I need to feel that fatigue, and I need to be somewhere where I can test my nutrition later on in a couple hours on my feet. And I need to, you know, get these legs tired, wake up, run even another long run. And it's just working on muscle fatigue, mental fatigue, and really simulating what the race would be like. Now, I worked up to a 30-20 and a 25-15 back-to-back week a couple times. Well, the 25-15 a couple times, 30-20 once. And those were like my peak back-to-back long runs. And I'm telling you, although I felt beat up afterwards, that is definitely gonna help. And I could tell with these runs on the taper, and as my body heals, how much work I put in and how ready I'm gonna be next Saturday. Since we're on the topic of tapering, let me just go over real quick how I tapered for this. So like I said, peak week at 72, and right after that took a big drop, and then I hit 50, 40, this week's 20, next week 10, 8 miles total, and then going into it. So what this does is gives, especially with the tendonitis I built up, it gives my body time to recover. And I already built this incredible base. I'm not gonna lose that over 3 to 4 weeks. So dropping it down, letting my body recover. You can't be worried. Put in 6 months of training. Just gotta trust the process. And I'm feeling great on these tapered runs. Now, preparation is key. And I've been telling people I feel like a project manager. I have my crew, 3-man crew, 2 women, 1 man, who's one of my best friends, Kevin, who is another ultra marathon runner, and who is the crew leader and my pacer. So, like I said, I'm like a project manager. I'm giving them jobs. They're all gonna know what to do. They're all gonna be anticipating me coming. Really, they're doing all the work and I'm just doing the running. But it's really important to get that going and have your crew, because when you're doing these races, you are gonna be in a world of pain. You're gonna be so exhausted, you're not gonna know how to, you know, even fill a water bottle up at one point. So it's good to have 3 other brains there that can do all this stuff for you, so you could just focus on running, or I could just focus on running and getting to the finish line. So building up a crew is vital for these kind of races. Maybe not a 50K, but 50 miles, 100K, 100-mile races, you need a team. And I think that's what makes it so much better. Like, I have a damn team with me. Like, it's not just me doing this race, it's the whole team. And it reminds me of wrestling, how, you know, it was me as an individual going out there, but my win counted for the team. So it brings back that mentality of like, it's individual, but at the same time, it's a team race. And on top of that, you know, one of the most important thing is, if I have any doubt in myself, which later on the race could definitely happen, just because I'm gonna be in pain and tired, want to finish, I got those 3 to just be like, let's fucking go, Dan, keep moving, you're this far, you're gonna make it. And just having that there is awesome. So excited for my crew to also experience this and just get out there and do this race. So it is December, meaning it's colder now. Up here, we're in the 30s, 40s during the day, maybe 20s during the night. Down there, 60s, 70s during the day, 40, 30s during the night. So a little different. It is December, it is winter, almost winter. So I'm gonna need to be very conservative with all the clothes I'm gonna bring. And there's rain on the forecast as well. I'll bring up the forecast here. This is so far what it's saying, but this has been changing like every single day, because it's in a mountainous area. I don't really care what the weather's gonna be like. Rain will be fun, but it's gonna be really important for me to bring a lot of clothing. Another reason why I'm driving and not flying, but a lot of clothing so that I can change, be dry, be as comfortable as I can while I'm very uncomfortable. But clothes aren't the only thing I need to be conservative with. I need to be conservative with food, bringing a shit ton of extra food, shit ton of extra clothes, shit ton of extra batteries, you know, extras of everything. Now I wanted to make this a really short video, but I wanted to leave you guys off with, you know, I signed up for this race as a really big challenge for myself. Hardest challenge of my life. And I'll continue to do that throughout my life, is find harder and harder challenges. And I believe since I had that adversity with my shoulder, that I'm just continuously looking to push myself, push my limits, as I always say, and you know, go through it again and again. Because doing that adversity, going through adversity, really strengthened my mind, calloused my mind, made me drop a lot of fears, and opened my eyes to, damn, if I can break my body down or push beyond my limits, I will be an absolute savage. And if I do this for my whole life, nothing can stop me. So the big thing for me when I signed up for this race was, I wasn't like thinking about, wow, 100 miles, like that's so far. I was thinking about like 100 miles, sounds really fucking hard, one step at a time. I'm gonna complete this, I'm gonna finish this, and I'm gonna train my ass off for it to make sure I finish in good timing too. Not that I have a serious goal time, my focus for this race is to finish, but if I can fucking go out there and crush it because of this training, then, you know, I will not be mad at that. I just want to have as much fun as I can, go through this experience. You know, I've seen so many ultra marathoners run these 100, 200 plus mile races, and although they look like they're in so much pain, I'm thinking to myself like, damn, I want to be there. I want to be where they're at, because afterwards, when that pain is over, they have just like a different mindset. They're stronger, they're better, they want more, and that's insane. You know, how can you run a 200 mile race and be like, what's 300, 400, 500 miles feel like? Is it possible? And if you believe in yourself and you believe that it is possible, then it fucking is. And it's all mental. Now you gotta train hard, you gotta push your body, but the mind is so powerful that it can get you through it. Here's a prime example. I ran my first marathon February 2020. Learned about ultra marathon running shortly after. On my 27th birthday, I decided I was gonna run 50 miles with zero training, really. I ran that marathon, did a couple long runs after it. It was like, this shit is cool. I'm gonna try to run 50 miles. And I did 10 5-mile loops. I did 51 miles, and I finished it because I fucking believed in myself. I was in a world of pain. I hurt myself, my Achilles, my shins, my knees. That just shows if the mind is there, if the mind is right, you could do anything you want, anything. But the mind has to be there. You know, you can't just be like, well, I want to make $1 million. You could go try and make $1 million, but if your mindset is not right and you're not ready for more adversity, more trouble, more problems, then you're not gonna fucking make it. So you better be ready if you want to push your limits. But when you do, life-changing. And I can't wait to continue pushing my limits and see where I'm at, because I don't think anything can stop us. Obviously, if I'm like, I'm gonna jump off this cliff, I bet you I could survive. And if I really believe it, like 99.9% chance that I'm not gonna survive.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
So it has to be a realistic goal. 2 years ago, a year ago even, I didn't think I could run 100 miles. Put some fucking training in it and some belief, I'm gonna do it. Absolutely. Now it's realistic. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. I hope I made sense with this video. I kind of just wanted to use my GoPro and take you through and talk a little bit. I hope you guys get something out of it. If you've never ran a 100 mile like myself and you're getting ready and you want to know what it's like being a newbie getting into it, well, this is some info. Now, I've been doing like a lot of research for a year, and I have friends that do this, so that is very helpful. If you're looking to get into it, then definitely do some research, definitely ask plenty of questions. You can reach out to guys like Mike McKnight, probably even Zach Bitter, and through a DM, and most of the time they'll get back to you. So you can even ask the pros, because this community is so small. You can ask the pros questions and they'll get back to you. All right, guys, finish up this run, and I'll see you in the next one, probably down in North Carolina for the Beast of the East 100. Peace.
If you guys like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new to my channel and you want to continue following along on my 100-mile race prep and all the other crazy stuff that I'm going to be doing on this channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, I'll see you in the next one.